Hey guys, this is John from King Post. I'm here to talk to you a little bit about the design direction for a card game based on the smash hit classic novel Moby Dick by my personal homeboy Herman Melville. Our game is quite awesome, as you may have heard from some of the other guys. We've got over 100 unique cards, and those cards are going to come with really fun stuff like oil tokens and dice, because let's be honest, you can never have too many dice. I just want to get into a little bit of some of my thoughts on how I came about and we came about designing this thing. For me, what I really wanted was a quick and fast way for you to play the game, so you wouldn't be sitting there going back and forth from the manual too much to say, you know, what you're supposed to do at any given time. So to do that, we kept things sort of into a system. We weren't, it wasn't a concrete system, but, usually a bit of information will be in the same spot, so you could just, boom, hit it, you know what you're going to do, you move on, you have a blast. And first step was to do the back of cards, and one thing to help us speed up the game was we came up with just a simple color system. The hunt card is going to be one color, the sailor card is going to be another, and the sea card yet another. So when you're looking at it, you know what to do, pretty much. And that art was actually made sort of a quasi-analog digital hybrid. It was hand-done illustrations, but done with a Wacom tablet and Photoshop and digitally. Just because you skipped the whole scanning process, it's quite great. For the card fronts, we had a lot of awesome source photography and line art from the 18 and 1900s to work with. But the problem is, sometimes that art is really tiny, or sometimes it's compressed, or you don't know what you're going to get. So how do you get that 1x1 printed image up to 5x7, which would then shrink to, the size of the card? Well, one thing we did is we decided to do this bitmap, which would make our source imagery for the sailors look kind of like it was done as a woodcut. And that was awesome, and it does look really cool and bold as black and white, but it was missing a little soul, so to hit that with an underpainting. And one of the funny things that I did to keep the whole project interesting to myself is I used a lot of celebrity samples, and I can't tell you who was in there, but maybe you'll have some fun guessing whose skin is who. And people ask me sometimes, like, you come from the video game industry, what is it about these card games that's so interesting? And for me, it seems like these days everything is digital. When I started as a designer, we had classes called computer art, and today that's just absolutely unheard of. It's like, all design is done on the computer. That's preposterous. But back then it was a slightly different story. And these days, whether it's in music or DJing or whatever, you have certain artists who prefer analog and certain artists who prefer digital. Analog for me is just it has more of a soul, and it's not to diss digital. Like, I love techno, I love modern techno, I love 80s techno. It's all good, but something about hanging out with your friends with an actual tactile card game, and getting in their face and putting that card in their face is just a little better than putting that card in the Skype. It doesn't have the same ring to it. And I could probably talk your ear off about all sorts of things that barely have anything to do with this card game, but I think we're going to end it there, because what I want you to do is I want you to go and check out the card games, listen to everybody else's stuff, and hopefully play it and have as great a time as we do. And that's me signing off.